Welcome, tribe!
Yay!
Super happy to have you. Thanks for joining. I'm very honored to have the most amazing Delamay join us today,
so
who is
much.
such an inspiring teacher. I'm so lucky I have met her last year close to London in a yoga festival, and now we reconnected here in Bali. She comes here a lot, she knows it very well. And we're just sitting here next to a beautiful lotus pond, being inspired. Yeah, so Delamay, would you like to tell us a little bit about the amazing work you do? Share a little bit with us.
Absolutely. Wow. So my work in the world consists of embodiment practices, whether it be yoga, movement, self-expression, and also I design jewelry, make clothing. I have a mentorship program as well, where I support people on their path, regardless of where they are. For example, they may be at the beginning of a yoga teacher training, or they've been teaching for 10 plus years. It's kind of offering a platform for support and empowerment for people.
That's super interesting. What
yeah.
Delamay is offering, yes.
Yeah, very blessed to connect with so many incredible beings on the path and offer support and inspiration and guidance just from my own experience of following my heart, following my passion, and being fortunate enough to make a living out of it.
Yes.
As well, yeah.
Which is so important. Yeah, so real inspiration. And you're at the moment also traveling.
Yeah, I travel pretty much full time throughout the year, depending on the seasons. So when it's summer in Europe, I'm in Europe. And when it's summer in Australia, I'm in Australia. And in between times, I'm in Asia. So yeah, I've figured out like a nice little kind of schedule and route for myself, which nourishes myself, because I don't do winters very well.
Yes.
I'm more of a solar summer person. Being
Vata
as well, the predominantly air dosha.
Yes.
I need to be in the tropics to thrive.
I can feel that very much, resonate very much.
Yes.
So you say that you need the sun as well. But I've also done many amazing classes with you where I feel you have a really powerful connection to the moon.
Yes.
So it would be amazing if you could share a little bit with us. How do you connect to the moon? How does it maybe influence your practice as well?
Yeah, wow. Yeah, the moon, like the sun, it's two very polar opposites, the masculine and the feminine, the yin and the yang, the light and the darkness, the solar and the lunar. It's incredible, and I find over the years, the more that I've gone into embodiment practices, and I guess you naturally kind of develop a heightened sense of awareness, when you tap into that, into those practices. And I find already, I noticed as a teenager, I think, noticing when it was full moon, just the craziness, like the hyperactivity, the howling at the moon. I used to go out to many, many full moon dance parties when I was growing up in Byron Bay, and those full moon dance parties were just like, wow, like it was just this untamable kind of rising of just like energy during that time, and a celebration of being out in nature as well, and with the collective of people and strangers and friends and new friends. So I found during that time already I was integrating my connection to the moon.
Yes, amazing.
And the same goes around the new moon and the dark moon times. I experienced new moon parties and dark moon parties as well, but a very different energy. Not so much ecstatic craziness on the dance floor. More kind of slow inward moving, but also very insightful as well. And so when we kind of translate that into our yoga practice, what's the inner calling that the moon is teaching us during that time? What's that energy that you're naturally resonating with, or that is kind of influencing you? Like, do you sleep around the full moon? I mean, it's full moon now.
I
in
don't
Bali,
at the
and
moment.
We were like,
3
no.
days, nothing.
No.
It's really powerful right now, especially here in Bali.
And with the ceremonies that are happening, and the New Year, which is happening here as well. So it's I think it's kind of beyond a natural phenomenon. That the moon influences us. The moon, we ebb and flow with the moon. Yeah, absolutely. And I know from myself, around the full moon times, I have more motivation, I have more drive, I have more energy behind getting stuff done and being out there and connecting with people and maybe being seen more and not necessarily holding back in any way. But when it comes to the new moon as well, it's like, God, I could sleep for hours. Hours, like, whew,
Yes, I have the same experience as well.
And that the dark moon or the new moon is very the inward reflective time, I find. I do a lot of myself, I do a lot of planning and kind of, being a creative being like yourself, we need those incubator times. When we're kind of in our creative bubble, where we don't necessarily share so much. We don't necessarily give too much away. We've got like a little kind of creative space, and that's where we cultivate and begin to really bring together what it is that we're here for, and that we're offering.
Love it. Planting the seeds.
Very
much.
Fertilizing the seeds as well with that new moon energy.
Love it. Oh, thank you. Yes, I really resonate with what you're saying. And I think that's also what MOON.RISE is about, that we're starting to be more and more aware about these energies, because they are affecting us anyway, and starting to kind of tune into it more. And then also it's about really tuning into this nourishing energy of the moon and allowing ourselves to receive, connect to the intuition. And so actually we had some really interesting conversations in the last days with Delamay, and obviously in the amazing traveling, the many people you know in your life, you have an opportunity to kind of get a little bit of sense of a bigger picture, I feel. And so I would love you to share a little bit, because we were kind of talking, we feel, and also how MOON.RISE originated. There's a little bit like there's this shift happening at the moment. So 2018 is quite a powerful year. Energy feels really different than last year, I feel, and I'm talking to people. And now in the last month, there starts to be a little bit this sense of urgency, like we have to do something, something needs to happen, we need to change it now. And there's a quite a powerful energy happening at the moment. And so talking with you, Delamay, was so interesting when you said, actually I spoke with many people, and would you like to kind of tell a little bit about your experience? How is your sense of the vibe that's happening?
Well, I'm quite honoured to connect with different communities around the world, in Europe, in Asia, in Australia, and when I'm in the States as well. And there's definitely, there's always been an awakening. I think there's always an evolution of awakening, and people is becoming more aware, more tuned in, more kind of honest with themselves as well, because it's so easy for us to suppress certain things within ourselves to fit into like society's norm of how we should be, what we should say, what we should be doing, etc. But through my journey of offering yoga and embodiment practices and supporting people through the mentorship program, and it's really, really fascinating and quite just amazing that on a global level, people are ready. People are ready. It's amazing, and they've been ready for a long time. But this year, like 2018, watch out. It just started with the release of Wonder Woman.
Wow.
Yes.
I love it.
The divine feminine, she's coming.
Yes.
She's here, being recognized.
Yes.
And it's not just the women stepping into their power, but like we were saying, it's also the masculine.
Exactly.
Embracing a little bit more of the divine feminine within themselves and honoring the divine feminine in their sisters and in their lovers and in their wives and and their daughters and and so in the different communities that I connect with, it's there's a common thread within that. You know, there's definitely a common thread, and regardless of culture, regardless of language, regardless of location, there's just a very similar light in people's eyes. You know, a very similar knowing. And not necessarily it's spoken about, it doesn't have to be spoken about, it's just this knowing that is there. And it's profound. It is so profound. We're living in such a profound time. Right? You know, and your work in the world is so needed.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing us together.
Thank you. But that's kind of what it feels like a little bit. I mean, I'm really also kind of guided about what is happening, and I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, guys. I don't really know, but I feel like, you know, I want us to come together and to connect, to share. You know, we might be in different places. Let's say you're watching it from where you are in the world. We're sitting here in Bali, but we are connected. And on an energetic level, certainly we are. So we can all feel that there's this bigger shift happening, you know. And having someone like Delamay who can really like see the wider picture, it's so exciting. And I feel we're in very exciting times, and there are not times to stay small and hide, but there are times to step out and rise. And that's why I wanted to call it MOON.RISE as well, because this is the kind of sense I'm getting. There's something being born. I don't know exactly, you know, and we are in it together. That's all I know.
On both spectrums on the scale. You know, yes, the moon rise, the full moon is rising. You know, and it's that energy is rising inside of us. But also, you know, the dark moon time, the new moon time, we have that rising energy, that rising wisdom that comes with that, which, you know, tells us to rest, which tells us to sleep in, you know, which tells us to restore, which tells us, you know, don't do so many chaturangas today. It's okay.
Because we're kind of so trained in this doing mode.
And to take a back seat and feel and reflect. You know, like I love how some of your wording is upside down. The reflection. Like, wow.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Love it. Yes. The moon has this reflective energy, which is more subtle, no? And so there's so much noise in our life. If we're always going, the subtle kind of gets a bit lost. So I think that's what it's about, the moon rising, that actually this more subtle energy, giving it space.
And we're becoming more attuned into that as well, the subtleties. You know, some of us are born quite sensitive, some of us aren't so sensitive, but even for those people, you know, we're affected by it. Yeah, we are. You know, I don't know, you know, I think it'd be very hard to find someone on the planet today that, you know, doesn't get affected by some sort of subtle shifts in nature, or the change of seasons even. You know, going from warmer seasons to cooler seasons, wetter seasons to drier seasons. Ayurveda talks about that as well. So we're
all affected, and I think what is happening, what has been happening, that so many people start to practice yoga and meditation, and there's a little bit of this opening, and each one of us who is doing this work, it has like a ripple effect in the whole field. And so this is, I think, what is kind of happening in between. So it's so exciting. So exciting to be part of it. But it's also time for us to step out and not to play small, but really to empower ourselves, I think.
Very another common theme within my mentorship program is people feeling that it's time to step up, wanting to step up, knowing that that's their calling, but not really knowing how, or not having the confidence to, or not kind of acknowledging it to the point of, it's my time. It's kind of like, oh, I'll just let them do that. It's like, but, you know, within my mentorship program, it's very much about empowerment.
Amazing.
So it's just recognizing people's gifts and recognizing people's calling and really watering that and fertilizing that. And holding space for them to do that, on their own. I mean, I don't do hand holding. It's very, they do the work, but I'm just there as the platform of support and inspiration and advice.
But that's very powerful, because just the moment that you don't feel alone, but you're actually having the support, it's extremely powerful. So it's amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe actually even this virtual platform with MOON.RISE can be a little bit the support of us, just like you see it on Facebook. It's obviously not the same as being together in a room, or outside, but still we are there and we're kind of supporting each other. Know that we are here in this community.
It's the positive sides of social media.
Yes, which we can use.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, thank you so much, Delamay. I'm super honored to have you. Thank you so much. This is brilliant, most amazing. Let me connect here. I'm so happy to be part. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna post about your amazing work. Please follow her. I think she's also gonna come to Europe, or if you're in Bali. And let's just all stay connected.
Yes, continue to rise.
Yes, rising together.
Yes.
Thank you, tribe. Lots of love from Bali.